Okay, week 3, our first experiment is blending. It's number 57 in the Van Cleves Guide, or page 32. This experiment is outside. My hope is that it will be a beautiful day and we can all go outside for this experiment. If it's not, we will adjust as needed. So for this experiment, we will have a 20 by 20 area already marked off for you. You do not need to mark that off. And instead of pipe cleaners, we are using these little pom-pom balls. They're still one single color, definitely are not going to blend in super well, but they give the kids an idea of blending and why different animals are different colors and how that they use that camouflage. So in grass, the greens or the browns might be harder to find, and talking about that and why white would be easier to identify and why like a brown would be harder, and how animals use that to protect themselves, and how even though this is brown and it might blend in better with dirt, if it had multiple colors of brown, it might be even harder to find. So talking about camouflage and how maybe the military uses this camouflage to hide, how different animals use camouflage. I'm contemplating bringing our lizard in that has multiple colors of brown and greens and how it would use that to camouflage. I will let you know when we get a little closer to that date. But yeah, we're using the pom-poms. They have 5 minutes to find as many pom-poms as they can. Use your watch or a phone for that timer. But this will be definitely a fun experiment. Let me know if you have any questions at all. All right, week 3, experiment 2, we have ground temperature. It's number 58. You can also find this on your Van Cleves, page 32. So for this one, we are using a meat thermometer to find our temperatures. I just did this outside. The outside temperature was 81 and the in-ground temperature was 61. So you'll see in this thermometer you have a side 1 and a side 2, and on the display you'll see 1 and 2. It's already started to change since coming inside, but will definitely give you a good idea of the temperature. So what you're going to do is, probably this experiment will be done before your pom-pom experiment, just to give it time to cool down to the ground temperature. So insert 1 into the ground, almost all the way up to the hilt, so we're nice and deep, and then the other one just lay out, I think, let's see, second thermometer on the ground, so just on the ground. So we're going to wait at least the 5 minutes it takes to do the pom-pom experiment, and then go back to check your temperatures. Tutors, you might want to bring a little sticky note or something to write down the temperatures so that your kids can put them into their science guide. But this is a fun little experiment. It talks about how the sun rays heat the air and it causes that temperature above the ground to be warmer than that internal temperature of the ground, and why different animals might want to burrow or stay underground. So definitely a very fun experiment and a good way to wrap up week 3.